Over to here. I gotta redo this. But we are ready to go. We are streaming live.
Starting soon.
Over to here. Oh, you got an
Starting
echo.
soon.
Got a little bit of an echo there of me, but that's okay.
There.
There you go.
I had to turn YouTube down. Okay. Get the show on the road.
We're ready to go. It's streaming.
Last season, our resources and knowledge have improved. New Eden has opened a new age of time. The universe is enslaved by the use of lasers and bolts. In the history of Eve Echoes, young rebels claim they're heroes. Your hosts are legends who have been developing this podcast since they started. Although they have outlived alliances, they are no Care Bears. Presenting you their form of communication. Welcome Rambo and Tayloric. Echoes of New Eden podcast starts now.
And welcome to Echoes of New Eden. Welcome back to another week of Eve Echoes news. It's been a while, right, Taylor? It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. Welcome, Taylor.
It's been like 3 weeks since our last show. It's crazy.
I know, it
just
seemed like forever.
And it's, well, yeah, we're sitting here screwing around with audio settings we haven't had to screw around with for 3 weeks, and we don't know what we're doing. So we're total noobs now.
Yeah. Oh, man. First Taylor can't make a show because he's FCing a fleet. Ooh, biggest battle in Eve Echoes history, blah, blah, blah. and then we get the Super Bowl. And actually, no, that was 2 different weekends. So the first weekend, yeah, you're FCing fleets.
Yep, that wasn't the big fight. The big fight happened on the same day as the Super Bowl.
Correct,
Yeah,
because I remember telling myself, man, what a wonderful day of winning.
Yes, exactly.
Because depending on what side you're on is dependent on what info you receive, I guess. But SHH had some. They had one battle go wrong and then one battle go right.
Yeah.
Right. So Super Bowl Sunday, there was that battle and it had quite possibly the largest amount of losses of any battle to date. Right. So I think the last time the numbers were 1.4 trillion in losses. But the Crabco also got one Citadel, T3 Citadel. So the Razzle Dazzle Coalition was able to save 4 out of 5, but they still lost. So, and then on top of that, Super Bowl Sunday, Kansas City versus Philadelphia, and it was a wonderful Super Bowl. I enjoyed every minute of it up until Patrick Mahomes got injured, and then I was like, "Oh great, this game is over."
It's like, "Oh shit!"
And then he comes out in the second half, rocking and rolling, then to pull off the win. And then after that, it was all post-game stuff, and I've been watching all the news. So great. It was a wonderful day of winning, I must say.
It was.
So,
it was.
That was wonderful. So then here we are. And I mean, the last time we were going to have a show, I remember like, man, we're going to have a lot to talk about. Now we have even more stuff to talk about.
Even more stuff to talk about. You're right.
Even more stuff. So let's go. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do the our Aussie impressions. G'day, mate.
What was the point? What was the point of doing that? I don't know.
So if anybody knows, and other content creators know this, anytime we're talking with the devs or the community manager
Oh
or
yeah.
anybody, within the content creator chat, or if you DM them, they always call you mate. I'm
Yep.
like, this is odd. I've never been called mate so many times.
Yeah.
Like, hey mate, do you have that video, mate? Thanks, mate.
But it
I
must
was
have been
like,
what was
"What is
going
going
around
on?"
the office, because it's something that just started like in the last month. Like ever since they came back from their New Year thing. It wasn't like that before, was it? I don't remember it being like that before.
I don't know. Carrie started doing it recently.
Yeah.
Cartley's always done it.
Yeah.
M4A1 has always done it. I don't
Um,
remember Hayden doing it. But it's like,
They all do it.
what's the?
Now,
They all do it.
Even some of the moderators are doing it now in the CC chat. So it just makes me think that maybe they had a be like an Australian day in the office. It's
Yeah.
just carried over since then, like the pirate day here sometimes.
Yeah, g'day, mate. Thanks, mate. How you doing, mate?
That's a good
Yeah.
suggestion, mate.
But I was thinking, I was like, they're not. I don't think any of them are Australian.
None of them are. No, we met like 2/3 of them in that call back in December, and none of them look Australian to me. I mean, maybe they live in Australia. I don't want to be completely.
I don't know. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Austria, eh?
All of our Australian listeners are now getting pissed. So just to even
Yep.
it out, we'll start talking about Canadians now.
Yeah. I have two Australian listeners, and I just lost both of them. I'm sorry.
Oi, that's another one. Oi, mate.
Oi.
That's not a knife.
So
That's the only thing
That-
I
that
can say
was-
Australian.
that's not a knife.
That's not a beer.
I'm gonna
Phosphorus.
get here this croc. Oh, he's a feisty one.
Or crikey.
Oh, rip Steve Irwin. I love that guy.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, that was one thing that we were kind of joking around this during this last week, is when we talk with any of the devs, I guess you could say, or community manager people from NetEase, it's always mate everything. So
Yep.
I think that's pretty funny. And has my audio been fine so far since we started the show?
Your audio has been fine so far. Yes.
So I did that episode with Sheev, or no, we did it because I had crackling issues on that episode we had with Sheev. I was like, man, I gotta freaking figure this out.
Yep.
And so it turned out that because I'm using so many resources on my PC through like CPU for audio, that it's overwhelming my CPU audio file. And so, because like I got OBS, I have FL Studio, I have Discord, I have Safari, not Safari, but Firefox, and then on top of background applications, and then if I had my game open, there is that, and it's
Yeah.
all using audio. And so I had to get another program to actually dedicate CPU core to my audio system so it doesn't overload and process
to
all
get-
it's just
You had to get
Freaking
yet
stupid.
another program to limit the amount of programs.
Yes. It's more of an optimizing program.
Yeah.
And so it's optimizing CPU usage to be able to stop the crackling, because it's only what Discord picks up. It's specifically because of this, Discord somehow figures out to find the crackling, even though OBS doesn't pick it up. Nothing else picks it up but Discord. So I guess it's a pretty common issue.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it with that.
Yeah, you got to fix. You got to
Hopefully
fix. That's
that-
good.
Yeah, hopefully that's fixed until its entirety. So as long as we keep doing mic checks and all that stuff, we could
Yep.
figure it out early.
More than 30 seconds before the
So-
show starts. Is that what you're hinting at?
Yes, please.
I always show up like right before the show starts.
He shows up 5 minutes before the show starts. I'm like, dude, I want to do audio checks and video and make sure everything is good. And
Yeah.
I mean, Damon is unresponsive. He's probably passed out. So
Yeah.
it is.
Space Karen never
Um,
show up for anything anymore.
I don't even know why we added him to the staff. I
You
mean,
did it, not me.
seriously.
I don't know.
He wanted to. He's like, oh yeah, sure,
all
I'll
good.
help.
It's all good.
Yeah, so we had some battles from the last week. Battle of B6, Ret C, The Demo Coalition being renamed to the Razzle Dazzle 2.0.
Has it really been that long since we've done a show that we hadn't talked about the renaming yet?
Correct.
Holy
It has.
crap. We might as well
It
just throw
has.
half of the things that have happened out the window. That's too much. Jiminy
Oh
Christmas.
my gosh. Other war news, we're going to be going on with that. The leaderboards. Trimark was in the news recently for cheesing the leaderboards. We'll be talking with that. Amongst some other community news, I have them in the notes, but I think we could bring that stuff up later. So, hey, Taylor, do you happen to have the game news up? I bet you don't.
I do actually have the game news up, and I can
Oh,
switch to it right
shit.
here. Boom, there it is. I mean, I'm already there. I'm ready to go. I'm actually, it's half of it's cut off over here, but who's really checking?
Yeah.
I'll just do that. There we go.
They had like a Valentine's Day event that
Oh, is that what I'm supposed to have
People
pulled up? Is the
were-
Valentine's Day event thing? The Heartbreaker skins?
shit. I'm freaking burping. Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
I shouldn't have ate a half hour before.
Yeah.
They had this Valentine's Day event, and like like you get this code, right? And the code was 5,000 SP, so that was a little bit of a disappointment, right?
Yeah.
And then they had people submitting their Valentine's Day skins, right? And they were supposed to be, and they chose a bunch of winners. Well, there was a winner from that was in SHH, and they shared their screenshot of the reward that they got, and they got 10,000 SP for being chosen at random. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. I did.
So kind of a little bit disappointing there. Nothing exclusive or anything for winning that. Just, I guess that's them just trying to engage with their player base here. But,
No, it's just another slant that the devs have against Silent, and we'll get into more reasons as to why later. But yeah.
Oh shit! Is Ozzy paying them?
No,
Oz your paying
it's not that. So
Shoot, how far back should we have to go? Let's see. Okay, so did we talk about the Twitter thing? Maybe not.
the Twitter.
I don't
thing,
even remember.
No.
Yeah, the impending changes on Twitter's API policy. They're in.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that, but that
the-
turned out to be a big womp womp. There's nothing to it, and I didn't think there would be because authentication is totally different than using the API backend. I mean, authentication is not something they're charging for, so it didn't affect anybody. I mean, everybody.
I
was able to
wonder.
log in.
Well, I was able to bind my accounts through Google and all my alts and stuff that I wanted to keep. Though I did log into an alt's Twitter today, and it said my account was suspended. So I'm like, how did it get suspended? I have no. So I disputed it, and I said all I use this for is to log into a game. That's it. And I'm still waiting for that reply because that just happened today. So I was
It
kind
was-
of
wait,
thinking
wait,
if that
it
had
was-
something to do with this.
It was suspended on NetEase, or is as far as getting in, or your account for your login bind was.
So
on,
I originally found out trying to log into the game because you do the switch character thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna log into my character. I have its information. I put in the Twitter info because that's my login, and it said your account has been suspended. I'm like, what? Okay,
Gotcha.
I haven't used that account in like a month and a half. I get it. You know, something could have happened. So I end up going to Twitter and then figuring out how to unsuspend it.
Because certain individuals I know of inside of the Fed, Silent, have had their NetEase accounts suspended for no freaking reason over the last week. That's been something new that's happening. And we know who's
Well,
doing it.
it shouldn't have anything to do with Silent because my alt's in AOA. It's fucking.
Yeah, I got one in Trimark too.
It doesn't have.
But that
Doesn't
that
have
one
anything
didn't
to
get, That one didn't get banned. I'm talking about like one of Joda's accounts got banned. There's a couple of people that have been a little salty back and forth with some Crowdco people that suddenly woke up today and had their accounts banned, or
Oh.
7-day suspension anyway from NetEase. So
Yep, I'm sure that's a thing. So,
Yep. So it's bullshit, is what it is.
So I'm going through that, so I can rat in peace with AOA. More.
You can't really. Well, I mean, you can rat with AOA if you get up really early your time zone, but you can't really do anything with TSC.
I'm
'cause they just don't even rat.
I'm thinking end game, right? Because they want to take over the drone regions and every region that attaches to it. I might as well just join them, right? If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
I want to play the end game content. So they did this Heartbreaker event, and they released the Heartbreaker skin as a Valentine's Day gift. And so that's cool for the people that like the pink.
Did anybody even get one of these skins in any of these daily reward boxes?
I don't think I have.
I didn't get one.
At least I don't remember it.
I didn't get one. I'm at like level 15 on 4 accounts through that Heartbreaker thing, the rewards, and there's not a single Heartbreaker skin in any of them. Not from the reward boxes or anything. So, yeah, I don't really care either, Lehman. It was just kind of like, yeah, you know, it'd be kind of cool to have one maybe for a Prophecy Command for no reason. I mean, but oh well.
I think my wife has one for a Nightmare.
Yeah, I've got...
but that was from last year.
You know, really, again, the skins just don't matter that much to me. The only one I really wanted was that Grimace skin, and I do have it on the Prophecy. So, that's nice. I wanted it on the Celestis, though, because it looks so cool on the Celestis, but whatever.
You know what I just realized? I wasn't recording this entire time. RIP. So the fellow listeners on the podcast, sorry,
welcome.
but you just missed I don't know, 10 minutes of chatter.
It
and
feels
the
like the first time.
So that was a noob rip. You didn't miss much anyway. We're just going through
we're just
announcements.
bullshitting at this point. I mean,
yeah. So happy Valentine's Day. They and this is that code that they released, the Valentine's code.
yeah.
Valentine's Day. It's probably still good, and you could use it to claim your 5,000 SP. And I know they opened up that channel for people to submit their skins and all that, you know, screenshots and stuff, and to be chosen at random. They had like 5 lucky winners or 3 lucky winners, something like that. And the reward was 10,000 SP. So,
just
yeah.
Don't hand out that SP anymore. Just be careful. Don't hand it out.
So here's a new one, and you probably have this up in the patch notes, but they... Ooh, crackling from your end. You must have got a text message. Something like that.
No, it's I know what it is, but there's nothing I can do about it.
RIP.
Yeah.
To improve cooperative combat capability, Concord has established Corporation Clash, a corporation warfare simulation system available in all stations. This will be a stage for tactical masters to compete with corporations in New Eden, show their strategies, and enjoy the pure thrill of battle. Please check out the introduction to the Corporation's Clash. So I see Taylor has it up on the YouTube stream right now.
Trying to.
As soon as he could figure out how to crop it properly. They say stay tuned for the launch on February 22nd. So
next week,
they
right after
gave
the patch.
the link for the introduction.
And this is the first
Go
time
ahead,
I've
hit
looked
us
at
with
this on this page. Yeah, I haven't even actually looked at this until just now. Dear pilots, do you remember the Verge of Silence event in May of 2022? On the first day of the event, numerous battles broke out in the systems. Huh? What? From frigates to capital ships, countless ships were destroyed. Based on the mechanic of the Verge of the Silence, we came up with an idea, Corporation Clash, a system that aims to solve the problems such as an assembly difficulty, long-distance travel, and huge losses when corporations are fighting against each other. In other words, we don't know what the fuck's Verge of the Silence was, so here you go. We don't want you guys traveling 70 jumps to go fight each other. Instead, do it in an instant situation where the rewards are absolutely nothing. Okay. Into the introduction. To improve the cooperative combat capability of capsuleer corporations, Concord has established the Corporation Warfare Simulation System at all stations. So now we don't have to go anywhere. Only the corporation management members who have the relevant authorization can initiate, accept, or refuse the corporation clash. They can also view the initiated and pending clash records in current clash. I don't understand how this is going to work. There's no explanation that's been given to us any more than what you guys are seeing and reading and we're talking about right here. So who knows? I'm seeing a screen where it looks like there's like 3 medals or something. I don't know. And I guess station remaining. I don't know what that means. You guys know what that means? Is that how much money's left you can spend? I don't know.
Maybe that's
because it's
that's
going
one
to
of the
cost $1 billion
objectives, or-
to start this thing. In
billionaires.
Battlefield players, 50. Arena mode, lossless, so there's no losses, right? This is totally just for practice, right? We don't.
So, yeah, let's stay on this screen here for a second.
Yeah.
So, I see people talking about it's going to cost $1 billion ISK from whose wallet, by the way. We don't know whose wallet. Maybe, possibly the corporation. Is that the corporation logo that's next to the wallet sum there? I think so.
I think it's from the corporation is what they mean, but that means both corporations are paying it. So there's $2 billion down the drain for no reason.
Right. But to make people feel better, I guess you could only be a certain role or higher to be able to start this. So there will probably be some sort of role that would need that permission that you'd have to activate to start that. Because, dude, if you do that for a member role, you could kiss that money goodbye.
Yeah.
195 billion and be gone real quick.
What about this in-player Battlefield? Is this 50 players in total or 50 players per side?
You know, I want to say that's per side. For some reason, I don't know if it's further down in the notes or if I was just
Number of
seeing
people.
other people talking, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
I can't tell. I can't tell.
So, what was that screen that you just had? Just
We'll go through
scrolled
these. We'll go through these.
past.
Okay, so there's the first one. Doesn't say anything about participant numbers or anything there. That's just this one was a draw against no one lost anything, whatever. So we already went over that. Here's the next one. After one corporation successfully initiates a corporation clash, the rival corporation will receive a battle invitation in My Corporation Current Clash Battle Request. If it is in arena mode, all corporations can view the clash in My Corporation. Oh, so you can just put it out there saying we're going to fight somebody at this time and someone will just come and choose to pick it. That's okay. I don't understand the point of this. Find an opponent, but only the first one who accepts it can participate successfully. Yeah, so you can just go and initiate an opponent. Oh, and when you do that, it's half. So one side pays $1 billion, the other side pays $500 million. I love this. This is just a fantastic idea. It gets better every moment. After the rival corporation accepts the request, members of both sides can enter the battlefield from stations, personal citadels, or corporation citadels when the time comes. When the time comes, as in when you've set it for. And I guess there's no way to limit what kinds of ships are fielded here, so I guess the winners of these are going to be the ones who field all 50 capitals.
right?
Here we come with our Tristans. In the battlefield, each side has one base station and 2 shield defense arrays. You can only attack the base after destroying both shield defense arrays. You win by destroying the opponent's base station. So you don't even get the chance to wipe their fleet. You just have to destroy their base station, i.e. a citadel probably, which is just ridiculous. Oh, it looks like an outpost though. That's the icon they put there is for a pause. Anyway, this is just ridiculous. It gets better by the moment, Rambo. If no base is destroyed at the end of the battle, the side with the highest score wins. The score is determined by the damage dealt to the opponent's base and shield defense arrays, as well as the ship loss value. So they've really managed to make this work in no way, shape, and form the way that it does in-game at all. And has nothing to do with which ships get lost. And see, this brings me back to maybe a 50 is 50 total because 20 lost on that side, 19 lost on that side. That doesn't look like a 50v50 fleet here. These are your defenses remaining. Okay, battle score. So that was that number was up at the beginning was the total points. You start with 400 million points or whatever, hit points or...
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays. Yeah, I just
100
don't know.
lossless.
I don't know how many people will be wanting to do this.
Well, again, I see this as something I can use for training people and getting two fleets together from one corporation to another. And a nice little rivalry tournaments, things like that. But this is only going to be around for a limited time. It's only going to be around for like a month.
Yeah.
So I just, again, though, the biggest problem I have with this isn't the idea. It isn't even the the cost or any of that. The biggest problem I have is this is just yet another mechanic they've added to the game that takes people out of the game. It takes people out of New Eden. It puts you into an instance situation, and you're no longer actually in the freaking game. So I mean, you could literally play this game and never undock.
Yeah, null is scary.
That's right. You could just live in Jita and buy all your shit there that you get from running DRs. And make money from running DRs, and then go and run these with your fights with I don't know who the fuck's going to do that, but whatever. I mean, it's just irritating, man.
Yep.
Irritating.
So, did this have a time limit? Was it a month, or where was
it's
that
4 weeks.
noted?
Yeah, I don't see it noted anywhere in here, but I know it. I know they said it was a 4-week test.
Was it in our content creator channels?
Probably, yeah. We also made badges. See, people are going to want to do it for getting badges to members. That's one. I mean, everybody wants these badges. I don't know why people like badges.
I want my waifu.
We missed out on that one, didn't we? We may have new tactical master in the near future. Oh, that's funny. This is a cute line. Do you read that line? We may have a new tactical master in New Eden in the near future. It's almost as if they've read Darth Ozier's posts and are trying to find a new master strategist for the game.
We know that the devs are watching both Reddits. They do read what's going on those Reddits. We do know that. We've
they don't make
not
use
outed
of it.
them, but they try.
They don't know how.
Oh yeah.
Apparently.
Do the tutorial and take a long time doing it so you get the full effect. Yeah, okay. Null can be full of dangerous surprises, but very good rewards.
Yeah, I don't get it.
We know how that goes.
Yep. Or the with the
we-
heartbreaker skin thing, the you might find love in space or something. I mean, how they word that? That was hilarious. Fly with the love of your courtmates.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right. So was there a patch notes integrated with that, or
There was patch notes
we
from the
miss-
15th, a couple days ago.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because there's one specific one that I want to highlight.
Optimize the ship's velocity passing through the Stargate after autopiloting.
Oh, exact. Oh, almost like you knew which one I was thinking of.
Well, there was only two.
Right. Oh, and the other one is the basic every Wednesday updated the market.
But that's
Yes,
important.
okay, so-
that's an important thing. Okay, everybody gives that one short
It is.
shrift, but that's an important thing. So anyway, okay, go on with your optimize the ship's velocity passing through the Stargate.
It's only important to Taylor because
It
he
is.
updates his API thing.
Yeah.
So they optimized the ship's velocity passing through the Stargate after autopilot warping. So
What does that
I
mean?
think you really have to think about it, because it's like, is it a nerf? It's not really a nerf, but it's a added increase to velocity coming out of a Stargate during autopilot because of what? It's that super fast locking Dramiel fit that's catching AFK interceptors at gates. That's most likely what this optimization is for. But optimize the ship's velocity passing through the Stargate after autopilot warping. So yeah, it happened to a dev, so therefore it got changed. You know, that's we don't really have too much proof of it. It's a kind of all speculation, but the whole scam thing too.
Yep.
The reason
Happened
why
to a dev.
scams are a bannable offense now is because it happened to a dev.
Yep.
So
Did we talk about it, that on this show yet?
no, because we hadn't had a
Man,
show
like
in
a
a
whole
month.
lifetime has happened.
God, it's so yeah, so much stuff has happened. So scam. Oh, I remember there's people, other content creators, making videos like the day of, right? It's
Right.
Like, scanning is now legal. You could get banned. It's like these big headlines and stuff. Like, okay, that is true, but behind the scenes, what really happened to cause that? Yes, I'm clicking on a contract and I'm clicking on accept, knowing damn well that I'm doing that. Maybe they caught me off guard and renamed it or missed a zero or something and I didn't pay attention. Okay, I'm the fool. But if it happens to certain somebody and then they complain and then here we are, now it's a bannable offense. It's happened enough times to at least get that far. And supposedly Mr. Bondi did it. Is that what you're hearing?
He scams everybody.
Right.
Maybe not
That's kind of the
anymore.
ongoing joke.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, maybe not anymore, but
I mean, if you
So,
don't know who Mr. Bondi is, welcome to New Eden. Don't do contracts with him, and that's all you need to know.
yeah. Yeah, notorious scammer, right? And there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Everybody tries it in some way. I mean, the show is a scam, so there's that. I joke about that all the time, but kind of not really. But yeah, that's now a bannable offense, and so I'd actually asked the devs about this, the whole the fit and being able to snipe somebody off of the gate, especially in the video that I had seen, and they said it was perfectly legal.
Yeah.
So with it being legal, but with the amount of people complaining about it, certain voices tell you, now they didn't make it a bannable offense, but they kind of did the opposite, is they optimized they buffed what that fit was going after, basically.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares if it's an Omen 2 that gets caught by a Dramule. Okay, boo-hoo. That happens every day. But an Interceptor that's basically uncatchable on autopilot getting caught by these, yeah. So there's that.
That's of course a scepter hauler. That's carrying
Yeah.
nanocores
Oh, yeah.
and all
They're
kinds of
getting-
other shit.
I had a court member. He had like 60 billion in his Atron Interceptor, taking it to high sec. He had like
Drink.
nanocore stuff and half face. You have me cut off or something on the chat?
No,
Okay,
I don't.
I see it. Everything's good. But what I was saying is he had like 60 billion in his damn Interceptor, and good thing the game did not recognize it as 60 billion, because it ended up being like 7 billion as a lost mail. Still it's a lot, but I mean, it could have been worse.
Could have
Could
been.
have went to Crabco. I mean, they need all the ISK they can get, so
They
coulda went
can.
there.
They do. They do need the money. That's for sure. So, okay. Let's see. Do you want to go to Q&A? We actually have a Q&A from a couple days ago.
Let's do Q&A. I haven't done that in a long
I
time.
haven't done Q&A in a really long
Holy
time.
crap.
I mean, a really long time. Then we'll get back to where I'm not covering half your face. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I'm not. It's just
Not even on the YouTube stream.
it was for a
not.
second
Yeah.
there because I was trying to move the damn overlays around and it's a pain in the butt and I just gave up. Okay.
Oh. How come we don't have the fancy thing like you do for Trekcast with the freaking flashing lights and
Because
the
that's
comments
on
that come up?
because that's on StreamYard. I think is what we switched to. That Daniel switched us over to. We can switch that if you want, but it's like $25 or $30 a month.
Maybe when we're getting that NetEase check,
Yeah, exactly.
we can do something
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of, the content creator program is supposed to be revamped
Yet
late this
again.
month or March. So, crossing our fingers that I can actually get into the senior content creator program
Yep.
and get some benefits from that. And that would, of course, go and help toward the show. So,
Of course. Of course. And then we could do something fancy like we do on Trekcast, but that's all listener supported. So, okay, weekly developer Q&A from 2/7 to 2/13. So we are back on track. We have a question. We have all the implants we needed, but there's still a remaining one. It's the Yangjung decomposer. So do you have plans to add it up? From Chillum, he comes back and says, thank you for your feedback, but due to limited staffing, it wouldn't be added to the content aspect, and see what we can do in the future. Now, of course, they've answered this question before about all things Yangjung, and they keep saying we're not going to add things for Yangjung because nobody flies Yangjung. And that's probably because you can't even build the frickin' ships, you dummies. I mean, it's not just that decomposers are kind of awful. It's just they're not readily available. There's no like C-type upgrade. You can't make the damn ships. You can't do anything. So that's why people aren't flying them. I still like the destroyer one, the Jin. Is it the Jin Yu? I think is how you pronounce it. I really like that ship. It looks cool. I mean, I know it's not the Atron or Atron. You said Atron before. It just
Atron.
Atron, not an Atron. Anyway.
The one-winger slinger?
The one-winger slinger, yeah. The best cargo hauler in the game. Anyway. So, no, they just need to actually add those damn ships and make them buildable and reverse engineering and all that kind of stuff added into it.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
only
people would
been 2.5 years.
Yeah, then people would actually do them. People would actually do it. But, oh well. Next question. In EVE Online, each factions has their unique shield armor resistance. However, in Echoes, resistances are almost the same, so that one kind of weapon can deal with all pirates. In this case, ships with high DPS like an APOC Striker are in dominant position. Do you have plans to diversify pirates' resistances? Chillum comes back and says, thank you for your feedback, but the pirate ship resistance of each faction is different in our game. We will continue to pay attention to similar requests and make adjustments if there's more feedback on the difference not being big enough. And to the person putting the question in, I would say APOC Strikers are the meta because they have the highest DPS, period, when you put Focus Crystal and all that.
Stop trying to EVE Online our EVE Echoes.
Yeah.
They're different games.
They are different games. Now, you can have a conversation about whether or not they should be. I would argue that they probably should because it's a mobile platform. Although you can play EVE Online on an iPad. So, go figure. Anyway, next one up. Is there any plan to add that looks like exploration, but it's supposed to be explosion velocity. Is there any plan to add explosion velocity in missile skill? Actually, these days missiles have so low damage application to small ships now, so we need that skill like in EVE Online. Chillum comes back and says, we have plans to introduce new skills, which include skills that increase the explosion velocity. So they are going to add additional layers of skills to missiles. And I would say if anybody wants more skills to be added so that we have more time to grind and more ISK to sink and more time to wait for leveling up of this, that, and the other, then have no fear. That is what EVE does every day. There's always a new skill added at some point. So never fear, there will always be new skills to acquire. Next question. The delivery system and freight skill. This system has been pretty much lying dormant in the game for some time. Players simply see no reason to utilize it for moving items from one place to another. When I asked about it, it seems the taxes and fees paid by the player to make a request was a huge deterrent for the players. The hauler doesn't make much ISK and can't really route themselves well to avoid trouble while traveling across New Eden. Most of the ISK goes to the game. Not, and then they cut them off. Chillum comes back and says, we have also noticed the problems in the delivery system, but the development resources are limited and we need to do higher priority content first. There aren't plans to change it in the meantime, but we'll see what we can do from time if we have time. Now, this player doesn't understand a couple of different things. Number one, obviously the delivery system is is not meant for like me and you to use to have somebody else haul their shit. Like if it's meant, it might have been meant that way in the very beginning, but it doesn't work. So ignore that.
No, I just asked court members to do
Exactly. That is exactly what the corporation market is for.
And I pay them.
Exactly. And that's what the corporation market is for. That's why you can actually put up hauling missions and have people haul, XYZ from station ABC over to, another station and deliver it to that hangar, right? Now, granted, you have to have corporation hangars in both locations. But it's pretty straightforward. It's
Dude.
pretty straightforward to do.
Then you have to budget the freaking office cost of all these hangars that you're freaking putting all over New Eden.
Yeah.
VFK is not cheap. VFK is
No,
like
not anymore.
$35 million a week.
Yeah, it's expensive for
You
me.
believe that bullshit?
Yeah, that's because it's so heavily populated. Yep.
Oh, great.
It is it's getting to be like second JITA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm making that as a true statement. A third JITA, there you go. Because second JITA, which was in FICO, that rent was actually $50 million a week. I'm not kidding you. So
Really?
you wanted to have an office there, it was $50 million a week. Yep.
Oh, no wonder Care Bears had so much money.
Yeah, we still
Frickin'
do.
Extorting corporations
I
for
know.
freaking hangar
I
office.
know.
rent.
I know.
It's bullshit.
It was worth
Over
it though.
Talga, $1 million a week. That's as low as you can go.
It was worth it though. It's worked really well for us. Anyway, okay. That's it for all of the Q&A. I'm going to go back to shit. When I do that, everybody can see all of my Discords I'm in. So hopefully you didn't catch the one there for Tripod.
Nah.
Uh,
Rip.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
That's why you have to use folders. See, like if you were to see mine,
Yeah,
there's my corp ones, and then I have Alliance Discords as a folder, and then I have other. That's where the other 85 Discords are. So
yeah. I'm not logged in on that
no.
same Discord account anyway, so it doesn't matter. It was just
Rip.
kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is that it for game news?
that is
I
it
think,
for all of the
I think
game
really
news.
that's the latest.
That's
Yeah.
just the latest.
I'm going
yeah.
back. Going back, the Corporation Clash was the. Oh shit! Did my Discord crash? No, it didn't. Okay, it just lagged for some reason.
Yeah, you lagged for a second, then I heard a crackle. Now you're fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you gonna crash?
I don't know. So yeah, that was the latest of that. Discord announcements. What did they have here? Like my YouTube stream stopped. Okay, now it started again. I'm having my computer's crashing as we speak. Okay, so for
Very good picking that up, Slippy's nothing ever really gets past any member of Honk, does it?
what happened?
You see what he's asked in chat? It says, Taylor, has anyone ever asked if the E in Eve in the background not being attached was metaphor intentional or just coincidence?
Yeah.
It's off again.
Well, it's been known, right? We've talked about it in previous shows where it always falls off.
Yeah.
Now, look, it fell off again, right? Because all I see is blue tape.
Yeah, it's the E's right below it. Yeah. I can't get it to stay up there. I even put, I got command strips. For that one, because all the others are held up there with command strips. It's just that one I didn't have one for, but I bought them today when I was out getting stuff for fixing the siding, which is why I was kind of late getting on the show, because I was outside working on the siding from 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon until about 5 minutes before we started. So
As your phone is blowing up because I'm pinging you in
exactly,
frantic.
and it was in here, so I didn't have a clue. I didn't have any idea what time it was. But no,
Take a hammer and a nail out of that fancy toolbox you got behind you and just run it home.
Yeah. I'll put up the command strip. It'll stay up there and it'll be gone. Well, I'm about ready to take the pegboard down. The pegboard is going to come down, and in its replace is going to go shiplap, dark
Shiplap.
on both
I have to look
walls.
that up.
Yeah.
What you need is the sound designer insulation for the walls that you just put the foam squares.
Uh-huh.
Just put them up. But I'm between us, I'm the music producer, so I need that.
You
stuff.
need that. I don't.
Is the war over yet? I really need these picks prices to go up. Oh, POS prices. Okay. No, not yet. We will talk about that here in a little bit. How much time? How long have we been going here? Almost 45 minutes, probably.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
Trimarch's cheating. That's one of our main topics.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that after the commercial break.
Okay.
But how about the Lost Mail from 2 Sirius? We could talk about that.
Yeah,
real
let's
quick.
talk about that. Do I even have that saved somewhere where I can post it? I think I do.
Check our staff chat.
Okay.
I believe it's on there in its entirety. Like the entire fit is there.
Yeah. I don't have it on my
As a few people know, previously, like a few months ago at this point, there was a high sec ratter that got killed for whatever reason. I think he just like fell asleep. I don't remember the exact reason. Anyway, it was like this stupidly freaking priced mock that was like 300 something billion, maybe 400 at the time, and it had like X types and A types and everything on it. Well, he died again, this time to a gate gun to the tune of, what was it, 445 billion.
Here they are now.
So was posted in our on-air chat here on Discord. 445 billion death by a Amar Type A sentry gun. And this is the fit in its entirety. CyberX core going down. X types.
Integrated
A
with
types.
27 Type 4 rigs. 27 Type 4 rigs. That's 27 Cannon
Yeah.
Accelerator level 4s. This guy wins the I'm an Idiot award. There's absolutely zero reason why this should have happened other than he wanted to have the highest loss mail, which just makes him a fucking moron.
Well,
The amount of money dumped it. Just think about this for a second, guys. The amount of money in real world currency equivalent anyway that it took, and I guarantee you he swiped for this, because there's no way you have all of that and you ground for all of that and you threw it away to a gate gun. Okay, this guy swiped for all this. Just take a guess at how much money that is in real world currency. 445 billion 610 million 72,822 ISK is $4,096.22.
Wow. Poof in one shot.
Just
probably.
poof. Oh yeah, it is one shot. That's final blow and top damage. One shot. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Ouch. Yeah. Well, if I remember right, he did an interview with I want to say Sheev, and he was talking about his fit. He'd actually made everything himself, ground out, did all the research, and made all that stuff, and then equipped it to the ship. So the second time within a year at least. I know the last one is a few months old now, but damn.
That's sad. And unnecessary and ridiculous. I just don't understand.
Oh, Space Karen, what's Space Karen sending links of now?
Right in the middle. I don't know.
Hauling back to the latest payment from Crabco to MNC.
Imencia. I don't know.
How is that Sia? It's C.
Imensi?
Like the ocean.
Imencia?
MNC.
Is it Imensi or Imencia?
Oh my God. It's MNC.
The balloon, yeah. Because that's something else that's been going on, is all the balloon stuff getting popped.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So who knows when he's going to do it again? For whatever reason, maybe somebody had reached out. I'm pretty sure I had seen a screenshot. I don't know if he recorded it himself. Somehow, somebody got the screenshot that was posted by him, and he did compensate that.
Yeah, we've got
So
it. It's
he
in
had-
our staff chat too. He did IP it.
Yeah, he
That
did
doesn't
have
make it
enough
any
IP.
better. I mean, that doesn't make it any.
Yeah,
Uh,
too much ISK to spend. I tell you what.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Tofano
Who
Fuchs
knows?
3A types with a casual.
yeah.
Yeah, mixed in with all
I'm
his X
working-
types is 3A types because he's poor.
I know I got a full B type. I got a full B type Balgorn, but I don't know if I want to push it to A's. I might as well just buy a capital if I want to push it to A's.
I've never built, never bought,
like-
never done any
it's
of
like
those Dead
for
Space
what?
modules like that. Never,
You know,
never
because
done it.
if it just stays in high sec and you run all the encounters, you run out of encounters before the 30 minutes is up to refresh it anyway. So I'm like, it's pointless to even put any more money into that.
Yeah.
It's like, for what? What are you gonna do? Jump to the next system and go run all those anomalies real quick, and then
It's a good point.
yeah, you can only do them so fast. So
Yep.
whale alert.
Yep.
Ship that nobody has seen except some dude that watched me AFK die and then rod me. Yeah. Well, that was before it went B type. Now that
Yeah.
it's B type, and if that happens again,
Not going to happen again.
that'll be a 20 billion, at least a 20 billion lost mill.
Yeah.
So crazy there. Okay, well, I suppose I want to get to the main topics of the show. So what we are going to do is cut to a commercial break. Then once we get back, we will give you the update on the war
Drink.
and everything else. No, I purposely said update.
I know.
That was a
I know. It doesn't matter whether it's on purpose or not. You mispronounce something, we get a shot.
It's
That's the way it
all on
goes.
purpose. Yeah, we'll give you the update here after the commercial break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to Echoes of New Eden.
PXR, Phoenix Rebirth is recruiting. Are you looking for a family, a community, or just want to be active and engage with everyone and not just have a bunch of ghosts living in a system? Do you want access to nullsec, but don't want to deal with the drama? Don't want to pay rent to some nullsec bully? Join us today. Our only rules are no friendly fire, unless agreed upon, and don't be an asshat. We're currently accepting everyone, no matter your tech level, style of play, standing, or ship preference. Do you want a PvP?
So do we.
Do you want to shoot some rocks?
So do we.
We also enjoy exploration and PvE. We welcome everyone. Join our Discord today and apply now.
ISK is important. Saving for the future is important.
Whoa, that's a wake-up call for you.
Have you thought about the future? Have you thought about it at all?
Buy low, sell high.
What does that even mean?
You should meet my indie guy.
I've got a better indie guy.
My indie guy got me into capital investments early.
Futures are up 3%. It appears capitals are climbing.
This is an opportunity.
Have you thought about the future? Do you know what you want?
Capital losses, they're rising.
You should be an investor.
Capitals.
Wars.
Stocks.
Low risk, good reward.
Get paid every month.
The time is right now.
It's time to invest. Have you thought about it?
Equinox Investments. Caps go burn.
As Taylor sits there and just looks bored while he's reading the chat.
No, I'm typing stuff in chat. Sorry.
Yeah, shout out to Equinox Investments. I always enjoy playing that ad. It's such a great ad.
Although he needs to update it
Love
because
that.
now at the end when he says caps go burr, it's like now it's all of a sudden an ad for the renters in Faithful Bolus. Like we should change that. Durkadur.
Yes. People with commercials can always request for an update. I do believe I have that saved somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope, right? All right. No, I should. So, let's talk about it. We haven't talked about the war in quite a while. We know that it's still ongoing, right? So, going on 3 months.
It is. I can't.
I'm not gonna exaggerate and say it's going on 3 months, but it's 80 days. I think we're 10 or 15 days away.
It's close
from
to 3 months, but
3 months.
I honestly can't tell it's still going on. Where the hell are these people?
I don't know.
I know they went to
honestly.
Fountain today for no fucking reason, but I mean, other than that, I really don't know what they're doing.
So,
sorry, I'll try to be. This is the unbiased version of the.
What the hell are you eating anyway?
Oh, sorry.
Are you
Can
eating
hear
corn
that?
nuts?
Can you hear that? I'm
yes.
sorry. I thought I muted while I was chewing on those. Chocolate covered espresso beans. Sorry.
Okay.
I was eating them during the commercial, trying to finish. Rainbow's like, "What's wrong with this guy? Why is he on the
He's
show?"
over here just snacking away. As I'm talking, I'm hearing crunch, crunch.
I apologize.
Crunch.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it's still ongoing, and we didn't talk about it, but the Demolition Coalition had since been renamed to Razzle Dazzle 2.0. Why that happened was because Crab Coalition, or I should say Boop, with assistance of Crab Coalition, decided to start attacking Ret C. Ret C and Myth were at the time in this other war that we've hinted on, right? Before this server war happened, Myth and Ret C were at war with Boop. And so then Boop joins the CC to that war when they hadn't even finished the war. Either way, CC has a +8 time zone, and it is what it is, right? And supposedly, and if I can read off excuses, is they can't handle them. They don't have a say as to what they can do or can't do. So the +8s, and this is, I wouldn't necessarily, this is what I believe, but this is what I've been told, is that they just started and went ahead and started attacking Red Sea citadels and put them to whole. Red Sea says, okay, whoop, yeah, randomly.
Right.
And then Red Sea's like, all right, well, if you're getting Crab Coalition support, then we're going to get SHH support. So then Red Sea joined Demolition Coalition, later then renamed to Razzle Dazzle, like instantly, basically.
Yep. Razzle Dazzle 2.0.
Right. Yeah. So, and you might as well just name CC GenFed 2.0, because I think that's a lot of the people that are fighting it. So then, yeah, some of the first timers for the whole timers.
That's funny.
He's laughing at the on-air chat.
I am. That's funny. Myth and Red Sea is Old Corp of Shush, right? No.
Yeah, I asked Red Sea members which one of them was my alt, because not even I know.
Well, see, what's really going on right now, and this is what people have to understand, the whole reason why Red Sea has gotten into the war, okay? And I'll just lay it out a little more succinctly. You did a good job of getting the overall view of it. I'll give you the detailed, succinct reason as to why Red Sea is involved in the war. It's because really, at the end of the day, Red Sea is the main end goal, end boss, right? And so knowing that Red Sea was going to wind up getting involved in the Crab Coalition thing at some point anyway, they decided to trade Silent for time. So they've got Silent coming in, trying to spread things out, trying to bleed the time and kind of make things take longer than what it normally would have for Crabco to do whatever the hell Crabco was going to do. The same way that Silent was, quote-unquote, trading Branch and Tenal for time. That's what Red Sea is doing now. That's why they brought Silent down into Fountain. I'm just making all that up. I have no fucking clue.
So my story seems a little bit more legit then.
It's true. No, your story is correct. And then even Ozier even went on Reddit and said specifically that the plus 8s were told not to go into Fountain, and they did anyway. I mean, Oyster actually said that in a Reddit post. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, you're correct.
So here we are. So last weekend, Super Bowl weekend, they had 5 Citadels and a whole timer.
Yep.
SHH came down into Fountain. Let's go toward earlier in that day. I think SHH was like forming up or something. What was the first battle that happened in VFK? That was laggy to all shit. Were you there for that one?
That was before that. That was the week
that
before.
was before Fountain.
That was the week before.
Was it the week before?
That was the week before. That's the one that I was doing that night, and we were going late, and that's why we didn't do the show.
No. This happened on Super Bowl day, where
there's
there
two
was a
fights
battle
that morning.
happened.
Yeah, there was 2 fights that morning. One happened on the way down into Fountain, and then the other one happened in Fountain.
Okay, because I remember I died at the first battle, getting lagged out, and then I came back 3 other times to battle in Fountain. So the first battle was heavily plagued with lag on both sides. I think everybody could agree with that. And more so, SHH took, I guess, the more losses on that end. They then reformed and then trekked into Fountain and then intercepted met up with, I guess you could say, the CC fleet. I think SHH actually met up with Ret C, and Ret C had something like 46 capitals.
Yeah.
Sitting on a gate, or they were placed. I don't know anything about Fountain, so I don't know if it was a strategic placement or whatever it is, but we met up with them. I should say the SHH fleet met up with the Ret C fleet. They came together, and then CC jumped in and engaged, and that's where a majority of the losses of the day. You knew that happened.
I did.
So that's where a majority of and that was what, in V6 TAC in Fountain, if I recall.
That sounds
Something
right.
like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
And so throughout the day, kill mails were getting posted. I know I had a court member that was camping one SMEB and died. Actually, I think like the night before or in the wee hours in the morning. Plus the kills that Crabco had gotten at that battle at V6. They killed like 11 carriers at Dreads. I think it was a mix of the two.
Yeah.
Maybe they're all carriers, but so they're coming out with a win saying that they killed 12. Sure, okay, they did. No denying that. But in the same time, the SHH fleet, if you were to add up all the numbers, like Crabco did 600 billion to SHH's 800 billion that they did back. And that was with capital kills and all that stuff included. So
yeah.
For a single battle to have 1.4 plus trillion in losses is probably the biggest battle to ever happen, not just not in Eve Echoes, but also in EVE Online.
No.
You're shaking your head.
No, there's a bigger one in EVE.
You did the math.
I did the math in terms of this war so far. In terms of
I got
real
that
dollars.
then.
Yeah. So this war so far in terms of real dollar value is definitely the biggest one ever in EVE Echoes history. And that battle, of course, was the biggest one in terms of ISK ever in EVE Echoes history.
Yes.
However, there's one battle in EVE Online, just one battle in a war that was equivalent to about $300,000 US. And and so far we're over that for the estimated damages anyway of the entire war. It's like $310,000 at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have those numbers real quick?
Not updated in USD. No, I know right now. I know it's a little over 310,000. I couldn't add it up as of today, but.
But at the time that you posted it.
It was in our staff chat, I think, because Damon used it to put it up on. And in full disclosure, that I put in there, was not done by me. That was done by another pilot in Silent, and I copied it.
It was actually one of my guys.
It was one of your guys who did it, yeah.
Zombie Reaper.
Exactly, yeah, and I pasted that in for us to look at. And then I've got a sheet now I've done where I can do the running totals of the math. I just haven't updated it yet today, and that's where I got the totals for the Macarial kill.
War total in loss at the time this was posted was 32,799,000,000,000 and some change. In Plex, that's 8,631,000 and some change.
Yeah.
And then in U.S. dollars, $313,835 and some change.
Yeah, this was as of
2/10.
9 days ago.
So it's 9 days ago. Yeah, so it's even more now.
I just posted it in there.
Then do the command for the updated war stats on Echoes.bobibot. We can read those off too. From the last that I've seen, after there was another engagement that happened today with Crabco moving ships over into Fountain to secure that T3 Citadel that they took last week. So last week, in all of those losses, there's five hull timers, and they SHH and Red Sea Razzle Dazzle successfully defended 4 of them, and 1 got Intosis, which was a T3.
All of that for one Citadel. All of that for one Citadel.
That even surpasses eFICO for
cost,
for how much it costs them for a Citadel that they're not going to use. How much is it that they're going to downgrade? Even if they did take the downgrade to use for SRP, what is that?
Oh,
50 billion?
They'll get from the what will their structures
from a
be
T3.
worth from a T3? Probably 20, maybe 25 billion, somewhere in there, maybe.
Well, T2 to T3 is 3 Citadels worth of materials. So say 45.
Well, okay. You don't get all of it though, right? You only get 70% of it back, or 75% of it back. So when you go from a T1 to a T2, the cost is T1's about 12 billion to build. T2 is another 20 billion to put into it, and then going to a T3 is about maybe another 30. So yeah, somewhere around 25 to 30 is what I kept getting thrown around. But it doesn't really matter, because if they get to even keep that and do that, then and they won't. I mean, they won't. This is Red Sea. This isn't this isn't a Citadel. It's a T2 that's 52 jumps away from CZD or VFK, right? This is Red Sea in their home, 1 jump away. That's going to be really difficult for them to ever get a downgrade out of that. And it's only 1 Citadel. And all of they've got people in Crab Coalition telling me that they have no more station parts. They've dumped them all already. They don't have any more. They've already burned through all that. Whatever they did get, they've already burned through. And I already did the math on that a long time ago as well. It wasn't even enough for them to SRP 20 dreads to begin with, or maybe 23 dreads. And that was every single Citadel that's on this list as of 2 weeks ago. If you scroll down here and look at 43 Corporation Citadels 2 captured, 17 Citadel 3s captured. That's if they had managed to downgrade all of those, and if they had managed to haul all that up, and if they had managed to sell it at the top tier prices, it would be enough for 23 dreadnoughts worth of SRP. Well,
they've lost 28.
If you go and look, yeah, exactly. They've lost 20 plus 61 carriers. So I mean, they've spent all that. It's gone. Not to mention that just a few weeks ago there was a hauler that died trying to get out of Tino with station parts.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Don't believe my propaganda.
Oh my gosh, all your propaganda. So
it's so bad.
As I read the stats from the bot here.
Exactly.
The Razzle Dazzle 2.0 is upwards over 21 trillion to Crab Company's 15.7 trillion. So there's like a 6 trillion is difference between the two there. SHH is losing, so you don't have to worry about that.
If you want to talk about propaganda, how about we talk about the guy who runs this bot? Is a Burr officer.
Right. Like, how does that... Well, what happened? Like, Mario's Citadel got attacked today, I want to say. He posted
still
in
has
his
roles,
server.
Slippy. He still has roles. I know he says.
Someone
I know you say
timered
not
his
anymore, and
Citadel.
he left. But they're just bad at Discord. Yeah, that's true. They probably are really bad at Discord. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But yeah, and then someone timered his Citadel today. I don't know who did that. Someone stripped the
Yeah, I
shields
don't
on
know.
it. On the Moby
I haven't
Citadel.
seen anything. So it
I know he
must be
posted
somebody
it somewhere,
that
but
maybe it was CC. Maybe they don't know who to attack anymore.
yeah, maybe.
Because I do believe he was neutral to the war.
Yes, Moby, his corp, MOBI, is definitely neutral to the war. Solo Corp should just be leaving the guy alone. There shouldn't be anybody stripping it. Now, granted, anybody and their brother could have gone and done it. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Well, it was my AOA
Your
alt,
AOA alt, yeah.
my AOA CEO alt that I've been pushing, all their attacks. And
Was it my
making sure
gray bomber squad?
Captain Hurrah.
Your thing today, your little post that was funny.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to tell anybody. About
yeah,
my bomber
honestly.
squad, by the way.
Oh, rip Pravi.
I got time for that.
I was asked today whether or not Pravi was part of the war because I was notified that they were doing a gate camp with wild geese.
They were.
So, yeah. Interesting, right?
Well, they're fighting against AAA because they've got so many outposts in Catch. That I know there's some fighting going on there between the two of them over that. So, I mean, the whole Crab Coalition just doesn't know. I bet you they're the ones who did attack Mario's Citadel because he's not aligned with them properly, right? I mean, they'll just go and attack everybody at this point who either isn't with them. That means you're against them, whether you're aligned with Silent Federation or not. That's just their modus operandi. That's what they're doing everywhere, all over the map. So I wouldn't put it past them rolling through Pravi at some point or making Pravi just join on their side and start paying rent to Burr or somebody.
Yeah.
Pay tax.
Well, I don't know, but it is known that Mario has roles on Burr Discord still, so that's kind of weird. But
yeah,
who knows? But with the whole thing of Boop and Retsi and that whole deal, I mean, I'm pretty sure I said it in a podcast episode 2 or 3 episodes ago. A few of these people are having their own agendas, but they're being backed up by the Blue Donut.
Yeah.
Boop, for instance, Exhibit A.
Yep.
Exhibit B, the Chinese alliances, corporations taking over Fire.
Yep.
Exhibit C, Trimark, not doing PvP to get onto a leaderboard, but instead killing themselves. Or blues, or whatever the hell they're doing.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about that yet either. They're trying to gank the competition by shooting.
Let alone anybody else that's part of this coalition war that aren't really doing anything but reaping the benefits of it, of being a Blue Donut. So
yeah.
I just find it to be all stupid. I mean, at the beginning of the war, I thought it was like, oh, sweet. Noah's going to be bringing in some content. Okay, they got some other mercenary corps to go up against SHH. Cool, it's going to be a content war. And then Noah backs out. Then all of a sudden it became an extinction campaign, an extermination campaign, as certain somebodies would say, right?
Yep.
And then it's pretty much gone all downhill from there. And as it's been going downhill, and I'm seeing all these people lose ships for literally no reason, I just continuously keep telling myself that this is the stupidest war we're in. This is so stupid. These people, like, they expect the alliance to break up when it's never going to happen. Pretty sure there was a Reddit post or comment about that, kind of revealing of some of this stuff that's not just going to happen, and people are just wasting their time and money for
it's good
the
content.
Revenge of Banana.
It's good content. When there are fights, it's good content. So
Okay, well, you get to the big fights and you're either lagged out or it's one way.
yeah. I mean, the lagging is an issue, but it's been an issue for a long time, so it's nothing new. I mean, I'm not going to gripe about something that's been the same forever and ever. But
True.
I mean, is it ever going to get fixed and changed? Probably. But there are some things there are some things you're just not gonna. You're never going to have 100% correction to latency issues or desyncing or anything like that. When you're talking about a mobile game and you've got 1,000 people in one system, and you've got a lot of network data and traffic between all of those wireless connections all over the planet, wherever they're coming from at that same time, right? You're just inherently going to have some issues there, regardless of what they do. So I can't really say for any certainty that that'll ever be anything that goes away. It'll always just be part of it.
With the connection issues, honestly, the game devs, I do think that they do care about that.
Oh yeah.
Because I've asked them, I've shown you screenshots of whatever, of them asking me, wanting details of these battles, time stamped and all of that, so they can get more info as to how to make those engagements better. So
yeah, but again, there's only so much they can do on their end, right? It's always going to wind up coming back to your device, your wireless connection, the amount of data that has to come to and fro that. There's a reason why people who are on a good high-end Wi-Fi and an iPad, for instance, don't seem to have as many problems. You probably have a little bit, but not the nature of it's a total black screen and I can't do jack shit and that's it, we're dead. So I mean, I've even some of these big battles where everybody's complaining about it, I have started to see a few things on my iPad, even though I've got a great Wi-Fi connection. I've got an iPad Pro. Usually most battles, the worst thing that happens is maybe I lose the icons on screen for the ships, and that's it. I think the worst thing that happened besides that was I couldn't see the NPC station, so I couldn't even click on it to dock. I didn't have an icon either, and the overview took like an extra few seconds to regenerate, so I could actually go and dock, right? And that was like the worst thing that ever happened for me in VFK. Oh, and then the station became the moon. That was funny too, but
yeah,
that happened for a little while too, right after the graphical update back in December. But that seems to have been fixed a little bit. The issues they caused.
I still got it.
You still have that issue with the graphical issues?
When I undock, sometimes I'm the moon.
Yeah.
Or a moon.
Well, you got to turn that adaptive thing off. It just has to be completely off. Not in like start or whatever the other setting is, just off completely. And then the problems are gone.
With the big battles that happened last week, I multi-boxed, I guess you could say. I had my tablet and then I was on my PC running my alt on an emulator, single instance, by the way, not 7 of them or whatever, but just one emulator and then the iPad. Freaking playing in a CTA on an emulator sucks. I don't know how people do it.
You can't do it on an emulator.
Freaking sucks.
It's too slow. I don't really honestly, I don't like doing much on the emulator anymore, period, because it's just too slow. The amount of reaction time and everything, and how it's better on the phone and the iPad.
I'd 100% much rather play on the iPad. And so once that alt died, I never went back. I just kept him in station. I just played on my main. So
to the point where I might just go and get a second one.
A second one? What?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm so used to the big screen. Let's just have 2 of them. I gotta wait for more Marriott rewards points.
So we were talking about the Blue Donut and CC Coalition's separate agendas that they have. I'm sure more will reveal themselves here.
There's a lot of infighting going on. I'm hearing that from multiple sources inside of Crab Coalition, whether that's over SRP stuff or it's over who wants to do what, when, and where. Everybody has different priorities. It's a lot of people involved in it, right? So.
Yeah, different priorities.
Yep.
Indeed. I was gonna say too. Did we touch on that? The battles that happened today. It wasn't necessarily a battle, but I remember Joda from SHH made an interceptor fleet, or maybe
Motorella did as well. Motorella made a scepter fleet. He hates doing scepters, but he did it.
So,
what's funny about that is Crabco claims that they got 150 billion in kills today against Silent, which is absolutely laughable because the fleets that we had today didn't even have 150 billion worth of ships in it.
They didn't even have 50 billion, let alone 150 billion.
Yeah, there was no actual CTA called for today. So it was just some scepters and some guys getting together trying to harass. And I know we got over 100 billion in kills. I remember seeing a lot of those as they were doing the add-ups at one point today. I could not join the fleets today. Obviously, I had a bunch of stuff going on. But
according to Ozir, there was no engagement. So how'd they lose 100 billion in ships?
Yeah, exactly. There was engagement. Yeah, that's true. Pew did bring some faction ships. I mean, there were some daredevils and some dramules. I did see some lost mails on some faction frigates as well. So yeah, but it wasn't a full-on Fed fleet.
Yeah, as SHH is trading Retsi for time. Yeah.
Or Retsi is trading silent for time, one way or the other.
One or the other, yeah. Darth Oyster is continuing to post his daily satire posts. Satire, did I say it right?
Yeah, satire. Yeah. Those are hilarious. I love those. Every day when those come out, those are fantastic. So
yeah, it's almost like you kind of expect it at this time because he's been doing it for something like 20-something days since I think day 50, maybe a little earlier.
Yeah.
But now it's like every day. I mean, Razzle Dazzle Discord has a dedicated channel just for it.
Yeah.
So if I don't see it on Reddit, then I see it on the Discord. I'm like, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But that has been pretty funny. Leading up to the amount of salt on Reddit as you know, SHH is claiming kills that aren't theirs, and CC claiming victories that aren't theirs, etc., etc. So a lot of that has continued going back and forth. See, on-air chat is going crazy here. Okay, so he started on day 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, Silent just decided to declare war on a single corp.
No. Angry Space Nurse just got a little, a little nutty. He's been talked to. It's all good. So he's not going to go.
See, if I saw Slippy, I would say that too. Honestly, in space.
That's funny. Oh,
So-
there's the first one, day 45, right there.
2-week war. SHH is still alive, and then what are we at? Day 90.
80 something. I don't think we're quite at 90, but we're 80, 81, 82, maybe. I don't know, somewhere in there.
SHH is still alive. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with my 62 trillion ISK that I have in my wallet, but I might as well just like turn that into a mock or something and go yeet it.
No,
into
go get a
Gate gun.
Visago. Go get a Visago.
I'm never gonna use it. All those are bait.
Yeah, but they're tanky bait,
Those are
man.
just gotcha.
They're tanky bait. They are definitely tanky bait.
That's really all I had to say about that. The war is stupid, but I'm going to continue supporting my alliance.
I need a Forrest Gump meme now. That's all I had to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that. But, I mean, I'm also a nobody. Like, why would people listen to me, right?
No, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You are Silent Rambo. Of course people are going to listen to you.
What came first, Silent or the Rambo?
Rambo came first.
Indeed.
Yep.
So, all right. Then let's go. Let's talk about this other thing that happened this week. This is more recent. This I guess you could say ground my gears, it burned my britches. It did not put a good taste in my mouth. Is the whole Trimark thing, where they were pinging their corporation, leaked screenshots, all that shit's coming out.
Yep.
Trimark put out a official Reddit statement on that,
which was such BS. Do we got that somewhere? I don't read it. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Hold on. I'd have to scroll to it, but I have the capability of doing that, of sharing it. So I'm scrolling down.
Basically, they were just trying to. They overnight they went from what, fourth place to third place in the event for the damages done or whatever.
Yeah. So
yeah, there it is right there.
I have it up. I have it up here on my screen. The statement from Trimark leadership. Dear Eve Echoes community, we have been asked through subreddits, posts, comments, and directly in our Discord to communicate about our placement in the seasonal event called the Inscription of the Galaxy Heaven. You will find below the answers to your questions. First of all, we apologize if we upset people based on the language used in a lot of the communication mediums. It is not Trimark's intent to do so, and would like the discussion to be civil, respectful, and thank you for taking the time to fully read our statements. It's best we answer through questions, remarks posted in all the places mentioned above, going from the essential for the TDR or TLDR people to much further in depth. So let's see, they have the question here. How did we jump from fourth place to third place right before the end of the event? Answer. I think that answer is already out thanks to the spies in their Discord. It is certainly mainly due to the use of IP points usage, which we commonly call insurance fraud in Eve Echoes. So there is that, right? So Red Sea was in third place at the time. CRB is up there, and then who was number 2? Was it
Back and look.
I forget who number 2 was. But at the time Red Sea was third. Maybe. It sounds familiar. So, yeah, they right before the event ended, they decided to do this. So, did we do it just to place one rank higher and reap the benefits related to that rank? Answer,
yeah, FKG
yes
is
and
up
no.
there. Yeah, FKG was up there. Yep, I was thinking it was one of the bot 5 corps. Yep.
So, not only were they in the top 5, let alone top 10, those get rewards. But granted, they don't get the rewards of, say, top 3. Top 3 gets you, what, Corporation Banner, medals, all that type of stuff, right? They don't get a nano core, I don't think. I think number 1 gets the core, the custom nano core.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, to reap the benefits of being a top placed, to be able to get that stuff for their membership. So, yes, because we will not deny or conveniently ignore the screenshot that is circulating, one of our members asking for help in exchange for ISK to use members' IP points. That ping or message clearly states we knew that we could place us one rank higher in the event that was ending a few hours later. Yeah, so there's that leaked screenshot of the member offering, what, 200 million ISK?
Yep.
I think somebody was doing the math. Somebody was doing the math on that. Was there, whether or not he would profit on that, or I don't know. So there's some sort of profit mindset was behind that.
Just a member, he was a CEO.
Oh, just a member, and he was the CEO. So that was the CEO that pinged that?
Sandbridge, yeah.
Okay. Really, dog? Hey. Freaking dogs.
Oh, was he? Is he an ex-CEO, Yadashi? No CEO.
There's no CEO.
There's no CEO.
Interesting.
Well, Trimark's an alliance. What do you mean? I'm confused now. Do you guys not have an executor? Is that what you mean? Waiting for Yadashi to respond because Yadashi's in Trimark. No executor. Wow. Okay. Well, you don't really need one when you're just paying money to Burr, right? I'm kidding, Yadashi. I don't mean to insult you.
Rip. So
I kid.
They later said no because we've been using this system of insurance fraud since well before the event launched for ISK gain, and the event began. We continued to use it for ISK gain. So, do you think what you did was cheating? Was it your stance on your third place? Answer. As mentioned above, this was a byproduct of actions taken in-game with a different goal in mind. At first, it collided with the event scoring system. If NetEase rules through checks and reports made against us, that it enters the intentional point farming category to simply remove us from the leaderboard or remove all insurance fraud related lost mails. That is, of course, their prerogative and will abide by it. So we do know that devs know about this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a report feature in the game specifically for this type of stuff. Like, hey, if you think a corp is cheating, report them. They'll look into it. Not to mention the numerous people that went to them, not just content creators, but other persons, people on their Discord, all this stuff. They are in the spotlight. So who knows what's going to happen? But we won't know what happens until after they reviewed the event, or there was some wording that was used.
Yeah, for the review process, yeah.
Their review process, yeah, so that they're going to do. So we don't know whether or not this is going to be passed as legal, or
they could just wake up one morning, log in, and see that their wallet's negative.
Either their wallet's negative or the alliance disbands, one of the two. So I do know that other people that were caught cheating, they had negative wallet balances, which like you only see that from people who've been scammed. And I remember back in the day, people doing the pod, what do you call it? Not torture, but like they were holding pods because you couldn't self-destruct at the time as at ransom. They're holding ransom to pods.
Oh, yeah.
And so they were asking for money. Well, once the devs found out about that, they ended up deducting a decent amount of ISK from those players. I think Kerensky was one of them back in the day. But so to continue on this post, why destroy your own ships instead of participating in the war and cover losses for multiple billions of ISK while at war for a silly medal? The answer to that they had: we are not going to discuss the ongoing war as this is not related to this whatsoever. We are not taking losses by destroying our own ships, which we understand seems to be illogical at first. So there's a meme about this. I think it was posted here on this Reddit too, about why not just PvP and get kills fair and square? Why not? I mean, they are part of the Crab Coalition.
They are.
Why not support it? Or, I mean, is that kind of lackluster in their
Well,
answer?
they couldn't get the kills. They would just die. It's debris
It's
fraud.
not a loss because debris fraud.
They were doing it for the debris fraud. That's the thing.
Yeah, that was another aspect that was not mentioned in this because, as you could see in their corporation log, whomever was doing it, it's all Garmers.
Yep.
That were taking the losses. And so back in the day, I don't know how relevant it is, but there was in a way, it was kind of like a duplication glitch for SOE debris, right?
Well, that's
by people doing this.
Right. Well, that's what they're doing now.
So it's still active. Still people are doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't get the debris from it now. You think?
Oh,
yeah.
from PVE losses.
Right, from PVE losses.
But you
can from PvP losses.
So they fixed it.
So you get a
from
Garmer,
PvE
you get a
losses.
Garmer back, but your debris drops. Yep. Yeah, you can't just go
'Cause
for
we're
a second
getting,
and go nuts. Yeah.
No timer for insurance. Yeah.
Right. But there is a 12-hour
And
obviously on PvP. So
they were told specifically to go to a specific system and go and do this. So
yeah, I mean
there's that.
It's not that difficult if you really think about it. Like you want to build not the Stratios, but I guess would be the Nestor, right? So how do you get that many debris when it takes so much time to get those debris out of the loyalty point store, right? We just go and get one. You build an Astero. You die. You hope the debris drops. If it does, great. You insurance your Astero back, and now you've got the debris too. Or somebody picked up your debris for you because you were in cahoots doing it. And you just keep doing it. This PvP over and over and over again. And eventually you have a lot of debris. And all it costs you is the IP points. Instead of having to grind for the loyalty points.
they continued on their post here in their statement. What is insurance and insurance fraud in the first place, and why would you do that? Their answer was insurance is a widely discussed and used system in place in EVE Echoes where given enough IP, you would be able to retrieve your ship when lost in exchange of an amount of insurance points or IP. To make it simple, we and other people before us found a way to make use of the flawed system to earn ISK using a currency that is piling up on alt characters and not being used. We won't go into further detail directly in this statement on the insurance system rant, but we know it is used by everyone from retrieving their ship due to PvP or PvE loss to getting their own rigs back. We are just converting ISK from IP in a creative way to move wealth between alts. You'll find attached in the comments screenshots of us offering IP conversion predating this event. Signed by Trimark Leadership.
I get all of that in terms of trying to use up ridiculous amounts of IP building up on an alt account. I understand all of that. I get it. But the bullshit part of it, and where I call bullshit on this entire statement, is the fact that they were trying to gank that event, and they specifically went nuts on it in the last day and a half, specifically to get up to that third place spot. So
Right.
it's all bullshit. No, you're right. Debris aren't guaranteed to drop, Durka. You're right.
I think the comments to this were more so in favor of how bullshit it was.
Yeah, it's just BS.
I mean, you could read the comments here. It's
pretty good.
They go on for a while. There's quite a bit of there are 97 comments. So
that got a lot of attention on the Reddit when that went up. A lot.
Yeah,
of attention.
4.3K views.
Yeah.
See, like because I'm a mod, I'm able to see the stats, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
60% upvote and 10 shares. So, yeah, a lot of people seen that and had come back to it. So the comments are pretty good. It's a legit strat. The thing that kind of irks me about it is why can't we just play fair and square? Why do we have to do? I get it. It's part of the game, and they're using game whatever, right? But
well,
I mean, CRB and Bot 5 have been doing it fair, and they end up being top 3. Ret C with all their capital kills, they end up top 3. Why not just go out and get kills? Why do you have to cheese the system? I call it more cheesing more than cheating, because they're not really cheating as much as they are cheesing it, if that makes sense.
I love this back-to-back posts here by Slippy. It's hilarious. Shot in the chaser.
Oh.
Yep. They're denying it's for the event, and then the very next post, no, it's for the event. We got to get up on the board. Look. If it's something that you can actually do in the game, I'm also of the mindset too of this. Like, the game should be the Wild West, right? If you can physically do it in the game, then it shouldn't be illegal to do it. And if the devs don't like that someone's doing it, as in cheesing a system or IP or events or all that, or we don't like someone doing it, it's all bad. It's not good. But at the same time, they were able to do it. And so, like, it's on the devs to fix the system to where you're not able to do the cheating like that in that instance. As far as the leaderboard goes, the leaderboard should really be and that's hard to figure out where that comes from too, right? If you look at it from the other side in terms of PvP, how do you know it's real PvP and not someone cheesing it? Well, obviously blue on blue. You got to just exclude those in events. That's an easy thing for them to do, but they don't. So I don't know. It usually comes back down. It usually comes back down to the devs, unfortunately, that there's just certain things they need to do for the good of the game, and they just aren't doing it. So.
Well, we'll see what they rule, right? So
true.
I guess eventually we'll find out what happens.
Eventually, 6 months later.
Yeah. Why didn't I get a reward? Wait, corporation disband. What's that mean? What happened? 6 months down the road. Yeah, it's just really hard. I mean, I don't play the game to freaking cheat or get an upper hand on anything. I just play the game just to have fun. I don't, with all the times my corporation has been in the top 20 for an event, so we do have some rewards coming that haven't been issued yet. And that was in a structure one, but you know, like I said earlier, there's a reason why that report corp function is in the game, because there have been corporations that legitimately cheated for however they did it. I think the corporation recruitment one is a good example as to how somebody can recruit over 200 people in a single day.
And the only thing they did to
Granted-
fix that was to cap it at 200 a day.
Yeah, and then they capped it.
So you can still
But-
do it 200 a day over and over and over again.
Yeah. And actually, I don't think that corp even got the rewards.
No, I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. Yeah, so gosh, man, it's not. It's just one of those things. It's like, what side of the fence are you on, right? So
Yeah.
when I heard it and I saw the screenshots, of course I woke up to it. I'm like, oh geez, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, that's kind of sad. Like, why do you have to do that?
It is sad.
When you have legit corps that are trying to earn it. You know, you have mercenary corps and all that stuff that are legit earning it, and they're using the game tactics to cheese it like that. For what? A medal? These medals aren't even that great anyway. Sure, some of them are cool, but they're generic medals. They're not unique medals. They're a generic medal with a picture in it. With
The
big
medals
whoop.
need some work. The medals need some work.
They
you need
do.
to be able to actually, you know, like click on the damn thing and then see the details of it and all that. But
You know, the corporation banner, that is you know,
That's
more
cool.
sought after.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you can. The corporation banner, you know, it's on your Citadel, it's on your gates and your SOV system, it's on your corporation page. That is something that you'd want. The
It's gonna
medal,
be really hard pressed not to fight for that the next time another one of the events comes up for the corporation banner. After seeing what some of these guys did, what Red Sea did with theirs, which looks hilarious, like it was done in MS Paint, and then of course,
Oh, yeah.
the
Well,
Bot 5's
you know,
FKG one is hilarious.
That's the thing though with Red Sea, like they are known to like stick to their code, right? So
Yeah.
Red Sea, from the beginning of time since I've known Red Sea, has always been the same. Their propaganda has always been the same. They don't change it. Their artwork is MS Paint. It doesn't change. Their video content, all that stuff, it's all been, you know, a common theme. They don't go changing it every 2 weeks.
No.
So that they have that going for them, right? People like that. Yeah, it's low effort, but
Yeah, but
gosh,
it's
it's
just
funny.
hysterical,
It's like
yeah.
it's like a meme. It's a meme in itself. Like
Uh-huh.
the CRB one, how they did theirs. Like,
medal,
you
yeah.
know, well, not necessarily
CRB
medal,
is the
but
medal, and it's Red Sea's the banner, isn't it? Pretty sure it's
No.
it's Red Sea's banner. No?
CRB is that Russian group.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
know
separate-
who CRB is. I'm just talking about the other way around. Okay, we're getting them backwards here. Who's got what? Yeah, Saku's is cool.
What the hell?
CRB is the MS Paint crab banner. Okay. Maybe I'm getting confused back and forth. There's too many crabs now. It
That's
used to
that's
just
pretty
be
good
Red Sea.
Photoshop there. That's pretty good Photoshop right there. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. And I'm sure this won't be the last time we'll see something like this. MS Paint crab medal, whatever it is, it'll be great.
Yeah. Yep.
What did we get pinged about on official? Did everyone get this ping?
No, it's just
Oh,
the Omega thing
content
for next.
creators.
Yeah, just the Omega thing for the start of the week.
Oh.
Good reminder, everybody. Make sure you're on the Discord on Mondays when I ping out Q&A and trivia and give away Duo Omega. It's usually every Monday. Sometimes that falls into a Tuesday when things get busy for me on a Monday. But tomorrow it'll be a Monday. So I'll ping out. We'll do 2 questions. I give away Duo Omega, 2 of them. There you go. Every Monday. So yeah, we just got the links for that. That's what was pinged out.
All right. Oh, yes. And let's see. What else do we have? you wanted to talk about more instance play is bad.
Oh, we already covered
Do
that
tell.
really with the corporation thing.
Okay. Then tell us about this focus crystal and support projection nerf.
Yeah, so apparently that's a nerf that's going to come on Wednesday in this next patch. So the timing on it is really odd. We'll see exactly what they do. Yeah. That was a joke, Slippy, but thank you. We know not to give things to Slippy because he just posts everywhere.
Right?
No, but that's funny. That's exactly how Trimark wins, right? Just kill each other. No, what was I talking about? Oh, the nerf. So the timing on it is really odd too, and this also gets back to some of the things that are going on with. Yeah, exactly, Durka. Exactly. Timing also comes back on some of the ways that things are happening too outside of. I don't know, just different decisions and things that are going on between, obviously, Silent Federation and Crab Coalition. So, obviously, right now, one of the big metas is the APOC Striker and Focus Crystal, right, for the DPS. So, well, guess what? It's getting another nerf on Wednesday.
Rip.
I mean, it's not 100% sure that it comes on Wednesday, and it's also not 100% sure exactly how that nerf is going to work, but it's another drop down in the amount of DPS that your APOC Strikers are going to do with Focus Crystal. On top of that, and of course this comes just shortly after the big push from one organization versus another in this main server war for that very thing being meta, support projection, right? Missiles. If you're not aware, Silent Fed does have missiles as doctrine for large missiles. Using the support projection implant, and now that's going to be nerfed as well.
Rip.
So some of the last two major doctrine changes made by Silent, and we're seeing your screen you're scrolling on, by the way.
Yep, I know.
Okay,
I purposely did that.
Just making sure. Because sometimes I do that, and it's like, ah, shit. Anyway. All of a sudden, once they become meta or they become doctrine for Silent and not anybody else, they get nerfed. Both of these implants have been around since August. They've been used heavily on doctrine for AOA, ZRQ. Both of them have. But now all of a sudden it's a problem. I don't know how it's not a problem until suddenly now when Silent makes it doctrine, but that's what it looks like to me. So. Kind of odd. So, the timing on it is very suspect. So, what do you got up in your screen here?
Yes, indeed.
That's all I was going to talk about. Those two things getting nerfed on Wednesday.
So, did you listen to the fight where Ozir was mad about the Lowe's shutting off?
I did. Yeah, I've listened to that recording. Yeah.
X, where do you get that recording? I need that.
You didn't hear that fleet? Oh man! And what's the funniest thing about that recording of him FCing is it's like 30 minutes long. 5 minutes in, he dies, and the guy that takes over his FC, he doesn't let talk. He just talks over him the whole time. It's hysterical. That's
interesting.
Funny. So anyway, no, it's going around.
Yeah, I switched back over to the Reddit post on my or the Reddit thread on my screen here, and so. You know, some of the stuff that's been going through. Liberator Pig posted today.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that yet.
Some people enjoy watching his or reading his stuff.
It's good stuff.
There's some that I don't even bother clicking because it's probably fucking stupid anyway.
What is that one?
What? This one?
Yeah.
Well, if you see here, can we stop this? I've been blocked by LEGN CEO, so here it is. And you do see here, there's some Russian, some other languages here, but there's a fleet posted in local called Retarded Rome out of Jeddah.
Oh, by Easy Despair and Crabco, yeah.
I don't know who that person
I don't know
is
who that
or
is.
whatever.
Nope,
oh,
that's
look,
someone in Legion. Yep,
SHH.
Yep. I was going to say, Easy Despair. Wait, that name sounds familiar. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm sure that'll, if that's not handled. Oh wait, I've been blocked by I don't know. I'm sure that's been handled.
I don't understand what that's about.
This one I had a question on. 19 Dem Dazzle caps killed. This is posted by Ozier himself. So you can see here he's got 10 photos of the
19.
Of how many?
Of the 19.
Of 19.
He's counting these like he counts his station parts for SRP.
Yeah.
Come on, Moisture.
So I don't know about Cold Soldier, but I do know Pinky did get his SRP.
Cold Soldier too.
Did too. Red Scorpions, I don't know. Any of these other,
I don't know.
I don't know if they got their SRP. If they did, granted they're not SHH. I don't know what kind of SRP program Red Sea has, but I figure that they're doing all right.
Yeah, Red Sea just builds more.
Yeah, they
just build more.
Well, that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
you don't compensate them.
No, you just keep building them. Just keep building them and just keep going. That's the way to do it.
So, yep. Darth Oyster, day 79 of my 2-week war. Tomorrow is the day we kill SHH once and for all. I've mass pinged everyone. Even AOA is doing an alarm clock CTA. SHH will certainly die after we defend last week's Sentosa, Citadel, and Mino.
I like how he spells it in Enthosis.
Enthosis. Nice. He's actually thought this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just continuing on founding SHH Reddit. Yeah. So that's basically it. What? Oh, the big kill?
The big one there, yeah, that got posted up. I don't know what is that Junie who posted that, saying that was a shush kill? I don't know who posted.
SHH gets the single largest kill in Echo's history. I actually, you don't see it. You see here how it got approved?
Yeah.
So I accidentally removed this post because it had reports on it. See, like it has reports here.
Yep.
It's misinformation, spam. Well, it had reports on it, so I went and clicked off the reports, and it automatically approved the post. I was like, well, I didn't want that. So then I tried unapproving it just to get it back to normal, and then it ended up deleting, and then Reddit is working for SHH, et cetera, et cetera. So that was but honestly, the Reddit UI is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an accident, but I'm sure Slippy will find some way to make that sound bad or worse than it is. I'm sure he has it screenshot too, or he can be.
Maybe. I was reading our
Yeah, I know. You're totally not
sorry.
But I mean, this is just the day in the life of the Reddit on here. A lot of it is stupid, but whatever.
I did like that one though. That's funny.
This one was pretty good.
I've been in your head before. I know how you think.
Sorry.
I'm the only man who can contain you.
Want to know the only problem?
What's that, Blark?
I'm already gone.
He's in the wall. He's in the goddamn wall!
Yeah. Wish that clip was longer. That's pretty good.
I know, it's pretty good.
One thing that I forgot to mention in this post reminded me about Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Last week, Madden 2023 updated. It had like this pack update where you can get like collector cards or something to play.
Mm-hmm.
And they released the Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl MVP card. And I guess it's like insanely broken. Like he's 99 overall. Like it's the most broken card to be released in the game. And there is a content creator. He has got millions of subscribers on YouTube. He made that video and it was freaking great. I don't even play Madden or anything.
Yeah.
But he was talking about that card and he was playing people online and they were leaving the game because of how broken it was. Like he was just destroying his feet, making impossible throws. So that's great. Also, in other game news, get this. On Ark Survival Evolved, I learned last night that I lost everything I had.
What?
I lost everything I had in that game.
How long have you been playing that game?
Since 2017, so like 5 years.
How'd you lose all of it? Just an update?
No. So on Ark Survival Evolved, if you play the official servers, I know this isn't Eve Echoes related, but
Yeah, I was just
if you
thinking
play
that.
the official servers, you have what's called like a decay timer. And if you do not log in within a certain amount of days, depending on the quality of structures that you have, they will disappear. They will despawn. So it's a decay timer. And so I had a full built base out of tech. What that means is my foundations, anything, walls, everything, would last up to 30 days without me logging in. Well, I told my wife, I said, hey, you should render Ark. She's like, okay, I'll get to it. Never did. Then she logs in last night, and I lost everything.
Oh, no.
All my dinos, everything. It was all on one map, and it all despawned. And we missed the timer by like 5 in-game days, which in real time was like 1 or 2 days. So I was a bit bummed about that, but we didn't play the game anymore. All we did was upkeep it. Honestly, it's like, damn it, we had a lot of stuff on that. Played it for a long time. It's a great game. I still like it. I
Got
just
your
don't
worth
have
out of
enough
it
time
then,
to
right?
play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it is what it is.
Yep.
So she was playing it earlier today. She played it today longer than I've ever seen her play it in the freaking last 6 months.
Gotta build all that stuff back. See, that's why loss is good. Loss is good.
No. She went to a boosted server, so it's loss doesn't hurt as much.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So.
Oh, well.
Anywho, I think that is it for stuff to talk about. I didn't have much else
it
to
seems like it.
talk about. I think that's it. Damn it. Was there something else that I want to say?
We want to do a billionaire next week. We can start on questions early so that we're ready for it.
Yeah.
I think that is it for, I'm looking over the rest of it now. I don't see any other,
I didn't have anything else
nope,
in the notes.
That's it.
But yeah, no billionaire. I think with this one, because we were talking for so long, I don't want to do a billionaire show. I do have a new sponsor, so I got some ISK to give away there.
Cool.
And so next week, let's look forward to doing a billionaire questions or a billionaire episode. And I do need questions. I still want to do someone that's good with spreadsheet or Google Sheets or something. I need a poll. I need something where people can submit questions. Then we can release that to New Eden and then be like, hey, if you have a question that you want added to the game show, we could use it.
Well, it wouldn't be.
Of course,
you just
I
want to
gauge
submit stuff.
Yeah, just submit questions, and then we gauge difficulty, and or change it up a little bit, maybe to make it a billionaire question. But that's something that we could do.
I will put that on my list of things to do for tomorrow. So I'll be flying out to Dallas early, so I'll have plenty of time tomorrow night, and I will do it tomorrow night. I'll make a Google form thing or whatever. Yeah, exactly. It's an easy thing to do, though, Enigma.
Hey, and when's the next Taylor Rick short? I haven't seen nothing. I hadn't met. Damon Zell put out a video before you did.
I know, isn't that horrible? I haven't put one out all year yet on the breakdown.
Holy
I know.
crap!
Not one all year, and it's already the 20th tomorrow of February. I know it's bad. So, I've got 2 of them that I keep saying are kind of done, and then something comes up, and then I want to go back and do it, and it's like the one I just went ahead and scrapped. I'm going to redo, but I don't know. Maybe this week. So we'll see. I think I should be able to at least get one of them out this week. I'll have some time.
All right.
So
I'll be looking forward to that.
Me too.
Of course of course I watch them all.
You do. You watch everything. It's crazy.
And we didn't get to shout it out or at least play the clip, but I released it standalone on our YouTube channel. I had a interview with Sheev, the content creator, Sheeved on his channel, and then later, it was like not even a week later, he released the podcast episode of Couch Gaming podcast that he does with us on it.
Yep.
So there was those 2 episodes that if you have not seen, go check those out. And oddly enough, on the last video that I uploaded, I was commented on my beard, like I grew out the beard. It was my Saturday shadow. My Saturday shadow. So like it's always been the same. I don't really change it.
Yeah.
So that is it for this week's episode. I guess we will close it out there. And Taylor, I'm gonna have you lead the outro this time for content creator shout outs.
Of course you are. So of course, as always,
You
make
knew it.
sure. Yeah, I knew you were going to do that, right? So of course, we just talked about Ashiv, so that's one of them. Make sure to go check out his work. I don't know if Chicken's really doing anything anymore. I think he's kind of on hiatus for a while. But there's still lots of other content creators still out there creating good stuff. XL3 Gaming. Obviously, Damon Zell, whenever he puts out stuff, he finally gets to it and covers the news
And
that
he forgot to
was.
shout us out.
And he forgets to
forgot
shout
to us out.
Yeah, but that's the news that was. Of course, Mario and his Mario and the bot. Always good stuff from him. Scipio is actually getting good about releasing stuff more on a regular note at this point. He's put out some great content lately. I love watching his stuff. Sadly, we're not going to get anything from Big Skillet for a while. That's too bad. Some of his older stuff is still good to watch, though. Not for Eve Echoes. No, I don't think so. Anoop Kiss, Russian. There's a couple different Russian ones. John Silver that does some good work. And then, of course, all the other smaller content creators out there, too, that are releasing good fight videos. We see a little bit from one of the Give guys. Is it Player One? I don't think it's Player One.
Freedom Load.
One Up, yeah.
One Up.
Well, Freedom Load and One Up, yeah. Those guys are putting up some great kill videos and some good montages. There's several others, though. There's so many. I think we just need to get, like we said, like maybe a year ago, we need to actually write them all down so that we can go through it. Because there's so much good content. That's really kind of
I should make a catchy song.
We should. There's actually a
I-
lot of really good content going on right now on that side of it. Kawari puts up a lot of good stuff from the fights that she gets into on the Logi side. And her music choices are always spot on. I mean, they're really well done. So yeah.
Wonder who her DJ is.
I don't know. Could it be you? No.
Could it be?
Could it be? I don't know.
Could it be?
Pretty sure on some of those she picks her own music. But yeah, no, you've been known to help out with those too. So there's a giant list, really, guys. It's just a huge list. I'm looking at the CC chat right now. I mean, there's a bunch of people I've never even heard of, like Captain Bidsy. I mean, who's that?
Never heard of him?
Never heard of him.
He gets a lot of hate, from what I know.
Yeah. Sometimes deservedly so. Jubilee, that's the other one I was trying to think of. One who I'd never really watched. I've never really watched a whole lot of his stuff until recently, and I only started doing that because I see him in local all the time, up in VFK.
Right. Yeah, because he's on the other side of the war.
Right. But no, he makes some good stuff. His DR runs and all that. That's good to watch. So.
And I know it's Jubileus because I think he narrates his stuff.
I think I've heard him talk. The only ones I've ever actually seen him do is the DR ones that he does, walking through how he does that. The first one I saw him do was the one with two lodges and two.
I don't know. When I see a thumbnail of a low effort PvP video, I just keep scrolling. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining. We shall see you next week. Taylor and I. Fly safe out there.
Yep. See you guys.
Cali.